Hi everybody, welcome to CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host Khalil here for another toy of the day. We're getting up there. Like we're getting deep into this, and so what do we got for you today? Well, these guys showed up early, or showed up pretty quickly. Late, early, I don't know. I think they were delayed actually. So we're gonna take a look at these Imperial Shock Troopers here from the Bad Batch. So you can check out a full gallery of these guys up on CastorsCorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Castors Corner on all social media. You can check out the Cornercast podcast. New episodes coming very, very soon, if not already. We're just getting a couple in the can, so we make sure that we can keep on schedule. So go check up on our previous episodes, catch up on old episodes up on Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to that, to this, everywhere. Subscribe everywhere. That's the message. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you, and that's usually what I say at the end, but here we are. So these Imperial Shock Troopers, the first episode or the second episode, it was a longer episode, so that first interaction with the Bad Batch in their own series saw these guys kind of surround and kind of bully the heroes of the story, and so that scene really had an impact on me, so much so that when I went to order them, I ordered 1, and then 2, and then 3, because 3 of them surrounded our Bad Batch, and so I figured I needed 3. And then Bill didn't want his, so I now have 4. So here we are. So they're clone troopers, right? So they're using the same clone trooper body that we've seen before in the Star Wars Black Series, the improved body. So better articulation, better sculpting overall, just a more dynamic figure. And so the idea of getting multiples of these really kind of stood out to me because it was a different expression. I like when they kind of stay within the universe, but kind of the expression kind of goes out. And it's just to say, like, we're used to this clone trooper body, right? And the helmet and everything. And then to add the red deco really just sets this apart as a different look part of the group. And I think that while army building is a lot of fun, that I have, like I buy a lot of army builders, a lot of times it's just the same one over and over and over and over again. And I think on one of the upcoming podcasts, I think Chris and I talk about it, or maybe we talked about it before or after we record. Anyway, the idea is when you've got them all lined up, like if you were to do that hangar scene from one of the original Star Wars movies where there's 100 troopers just like lined up waiting for the Emperor or Darth Vader to walk through that hall, it looks really impressive. Like when we go to at Comic-Con, when they had like all the First Order troopers lined up with all the different I couldn't TIE fighters, the First Order TIE fighters just like all lined up. It looked really cool. But then when you have a battle scene or you've got stuff going on, it's more of an action dio piece that you're building out. Having like these different ones kind of lets you build out these little adventures, that don't just all look the same. Although the plain white stormtroopers give you a blank canvas, right? To really kind of bring out the heroes, and the heroes stand out, and these guys just become kind of fodder for your dio. But I think I like the idea of the expressiveness of the coloring, and really kind of brings out your squads. And so I guess it's not troop building, it's squad building. So I've got squads of these guys. So I've got 4 of these, and I got a couple troopers here, and I got a couple other ones, and it's fun to kind of build out these squads. So maybe each one could have like a red, an Imperial Shock Trooper, and then you can kind of move on to that, and you can also kind of see the beginnings of the stormtroopers here. I love the deco. I love kind of like the glossiness of the armor because it looks like it did in the movies, and in the cartoons now. And I think the red just really stands out. I love all the different expressions there. So they come with a rifle. They come with a big rifle that they can carry, and they come with the clone trooper, which is different than the stormtrooper ones. blaster. And so, you can pose them out. You can have them holding different weapons. You can have them holding both weapons. The articulation's good enough. I think where you run into a little bit of the problem is the shoulder guard. The shoulder guard definitely impedes posing it, even with the increased articulation. Because, the pads are on the shoulders here, on the actual balls of the shoulders here, rather than kind of like the top of the shoulder, about the collarbone. So it gives you increased articulation, but with this pad here, it kind of impedes you posing him out a little bit, which is fine. I don't think that's a major issue for these guys, but it's something to kind of consider. I think one of the other things that I'm going to try to get to you in the gallery view of these guys is how precise the weathering is on them, which I think is utterly fascinating. And the thing is, you can't really compare it if you just have the one. So it's nice to have a few of them to kind of look at and go, like, there's a little teeny tiny splotch of paint missing on the top of his head on that ridge there. The exact same spot on this one has that there. There's some weathering on the chest plate. And again, they are the exact same weathering spots. And I think detailing like that really sets these apart from kind of like the average figure. It's not just like, you can't see it over there, but I've got the Newcastle Grayskull where they kind of just splattered paint to kind of give it sparkles, and it looks damaged. Whereas these look planned, and they look like they're meant to be battle worn. And so I like the animation for these guys. I think that's one of the things that stood out to me the most. The animation for these guys really kind of look painted, and I really like that. And the leg lines here and on here, you can tell if these clones or stormtroopers at this point, or shock troopers at this point, rather than clones. We see that they're moving away from clones in the series. They have painted their armor. Like, this is not like standard armor. They have painted on their colors. And I think that these figures kind of really replicate that personalization from, like, these are not straight lines. They're kind of looks like somebody took a paintbrush and painted them on. Same thing with the arm ridges here. Same idea. And so all of those things kind of add up to make a figure that, like, really stands out among a sea of other figures. And I like that. I like that idea. And I'm looking forward to the day when I can actually put out all of my troopers from Star Wars and kind of see either the progression or the different squads that kind of that come out of it. And I don't know. It's fun. It's like getting these was like fun. Getting these and posing them out and taking pictures of them is a fun day of work, to be honest with you. These were relatively easy to get through Walmart. Initially there was a problem because they went up early, so a lot of us who ordered initially got our orders canceled for when they went online officially. And then once they went online officially, my orders didn't get canceled. I ordered 4 of these and 2 of Rampart, so I can kind of, Bill and I kind of going together so we save on shipping. But I have to say, like, I'm really enjoying these, and they were relatively easy to get. They stayed in stock long enough that anybody that wanted them could get them. They shipped a little bit weird. Walmart shipped one at a time, which I don't get, from all the same facility, so that kind of was confusing to me. They probably paid a lot more in shipping than they needed to on them for them, but I got free shipping because I ordered so many. And the shipping wasn't the best. I had a few dented boxes and broken boxes. For me, an out-of-box collector, it doesn't really matter. But I understand the need for better shipping and better care for things that are technically collectible items. I mean, these are always going to be labeled toys and action figures within the Walmart system and Target and all the companies. They don't really care about us. But these are clearly made for the adult collectors. Especially when you get the exclusives, like, you really dive into that it's even on a collector's section of their website. It's definitely marketed towards us rather than kids. And so I hope that we get better care, but I mean, let's be honest, it's Walmart. It's not going to change. it's a dumpster. Where is it? I have it. I'm just gonna start holding this up when there's a problem. You know, it's a dumpster fire. When it comes to Walmart, but that's what we got. So, but it's an avenue that we can get figures that we wouldn't normally get through normal channels. So I appreciate it from that perspective of Hasbro looking for avenues to get us more toys, even if my wallet doesn't like that. So you can check out a full gallery of these guys up on castorscorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. Check out the Cornercast podcast. All the links are below. And hit that subscribe button. The more of you that subscribe, the more fun, cool things we get to do. I was going to switch it up. And then we get to share them with you. And really, that's been the best part of this year. So, yeah. And check out our recent interview with the Star Wars team. It should be up on our YouTube channel. And you can see some of the questions we asked that we pulled from fans like you. So thank you guys for watching, and as we say every night, Jaxie, we miss you and we love you and we dearly wish you were here. And for the rest of you, we will see you tomorrow night here on Toy of the Day. Here for Toy of the Day on castorscorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.